We saw the door open before the room went cold, before the names got smaller, before the truth got old. Yeah, there were signs in the hallway, there were pauses in the call, there were eyes that changed direction when a question touched the wall. There were mornings arriving with the silence out of place. There were people saying nothing with the warning on their face. And nobody wanted trouble, nobody wanted proof, nobody wanted the kind of truth that would enter every room. So we learned to make it distant, we learned to make it small. We called it complicated and left the door half open for it all.
A door does not stay open by itself. A silence does not grow alone. Someone heard enough to wonder. Someone chose to leave it closed. Do not say the signs were nothing just because they came in pieces. Some signals come through shaking, some warnings arrive speechless.
We saw the door open, we saw the quiet learn, we saw the room look elsewhere when the light began to burn. A door
Does not stay open by itself.
a wound does not become air.
If the world keeps looking past it, something human leaves us there.
I remember all the phrases made to keep the peace alive. It is private, it is messy, it is not our place to try. I remember how the story lost its edges in the room, how the danger became weather, how the fear became a mood. But nothing turned to silence without someone letting go. Nothing crossed the threshold without someone moving slow. And somewhere in the distance someone learned what silence means, when the people close enough to hear still call it what it seems.
Do not call it private when the warning reached the wall. Do not call it peaceful when nobody answered at all. Do not say the signs were nothing just because they came in pieces. Some signals come through shaking, some warnings arrive speechless.
We saw the door open,
We saw the quiet learn,
we saw the room look elsewhere when the light began to burn. A door
does not stay open by itself.
a wound does not become air.
If the world keeps looking past it, something human leaves us there. This is not the place where we pretend we knew everything. This is the place where we admit we knew enough. Enough to ask, enough to call, enough to stay.
Enough to not become the wall. I saw enough to wonder, I heard enough to name. I will not call it nothing just to keep myself unchanged.
We saw the door open,
We saw the door open,
we saw the quiet learn,
we saw the
quiet learn.
we saw the room look elsewhere, room look elsewhere when the light
Began to burn. A door does not stay open by itself.
a wound does not become air.
If the world keeps looking past it, something human leaves us there.
We saw the door open,
And silence held the frame.
but the door does not stay open by itself.
Do not make it smaller, do not soften the name. Some wounds do not disappear because you looked away. They called it a bad night, they called it a mistake. They folded down the edges so the story would not break. They said it was complicated, they said time would make it clean. But time does not forget what nobody wants to see. I heard the words get lighter every time they cross the room, like pain becomes more polite when it does not belong to you.
Do not make it smaller. Do not make it clean.
Do not lower the weight just because your hands are free. Do not shrink the wound because it did not happen to your body. This was no small wound, no little scar to hide, no quiet thing to bury, no storm that passed with time. Do not make it smaller because you survived hearing it. Do not call it distant when someone still lives inside it.
She learned to speak around it, to make the room feel safe, to smile before the question, to leave before the blame. And everyone had language for every softer lie, but no one found the courage to keep the wounded size. Do not ask the broken to make the room less cold. Some truths are not too heavy, some people are too small to hold. I hear it now, I will not reduce it.
Do not lower the weight just because your hands are free. Do not shrink the wound because it did not happen to your body. This was no small wound, no little scar to hide, no quiet thing to bury, no storm that passed with time. Do not make it smaller because you survived hearing it. Do not call it distant when someone still lives inside it. A wound is not smaller because the room gets tired. A wound is not softer because the file gets closed. A wound is not over because the witness goes home. Say its size or do not speak over it. This was no small wound, this was no small wound, no little scar to hide, no little scar thing to bury, no storm that passed with time. Do not make it smaller, do not make it smaller. You survived hearing it. Do not call it distant when someone still lives inside it. Do not make it smaller. Do not soften the name. Some wounds keep their shape even after the room looks away. The child had no language, only rooms that changed their shape, only footsteps in the hallway, only fear without a name. Small hands on the table, eyes fixed on the floor, learning how the silence can live behind a door. Nobody taught the warning, nobody named the weight, but the body learned the weather before the mouth could say.
There are things a child carries without knowing what they are, like a shadow in the morning, like a bruise inside the heart. I will not ask for perfect words, I will not make silence clean. Some things we're speaking already before anybody believed.
Do not ask for perfect words from someone taught to disappear. Some proof does not arrive at speech. Some proof arrives as fear. The child had no language, but the body kept the proof in the
asked why she was quiet, why he never met their eyes, why the laughter came out careful, why the answer changed at night.
They called it being distant, they called it being shy. They gave a softer reason to what nobody wanted try.
But children do not vanish, they fold into the air, and every room remembers what no one wanted there. I should have looked at the change, I should have trusted the fear. A child should not need language for someone human to hear.
Do not ask for perfect words from someone taught to disappear. Some proof does not arrive as speech. Some proof arrives as fear. The child had no language, but the body kept the proof. And the sleep that would not soften, the room that never moved. The child had no language, but the signal still came through. Not every truth is spoken, some survive without a voice. Do not wait for the perfect sentence. Look at the silence, look at the change. Look at the child who learned to leave the room without moving. A body can remember what a mouth was never given.
I will not call it nothing, I will not look away.
Some signals asked for shelter before they learn a name. The child had no language, the body kept the proof. And the sleep that would not soften, in the room that never moved. The child had no language, but the signal still came through. Not every truth is spoken, some survive without a voice. The child had no language, only fear without a name. But somewhere under silence, the signal still remained. Do not ask her to carry shame. Do not place it in her hands. Some things belong to the one who broke, not the one who had to stand. They watched her lower every word until the room felt safe. They called her distant, called her cold, called her hard to explain. She learned to move around the weight so no one else would bend. She learned to smile before the doubt could start again. But shame is not a dress for her, not a name she has to wear, not a silence she must hold to make the room feel fair.
Do not put it on her, do not make her pay for the shape of what another left inside the day.
Do not ask her to be smaller so the story can survive. Do not ask her to forgive what still has not been named right. Do not ask her to carry shame. Do not ask her to lower the flame. Do not ask her to make it clean so the world can keep its name. Do not ask her to carry what he did, what they missed, what the silence hid. Some victims keep their faces still, some victims cannot cry. Some lose the shape of feeling and some never tell you why. Some are gone before the room decides to call it real. Some survive without a language for the things they cannot feel. So do not build a courtroom inside the way she breathes. Do not measure all the damage by the tears you get to see.
I will not ask for proof in the form that comforts me. I will not call her silence an absence of injury.
Do not ask her to be smaller the story can survive. Do not ask her to forgive what still has not been named right. Do not ask her to carry shame. Do not ask her to lower the flame. Do not ask her to make it clean so the world can keep its name. Do not ask her to carry what he did, what they missed, what the silence hid. Shame belongs where the harm began, not in the mouth that could not speak, not in the body that went quiet, not in the hands that learned to shake, not in the eyes that left the room before the body could give it back to the act, to the lie, to the door left open.
I will not make her carry what was never hers to hold.
I will stand beside the truth without making myself the story. Do not ask her to carry shame. Do not ask her to lower the flame. Do not ask her to make it clean so the world can keep its name. Do not ask her to carry what he did, what they missed, what the silence hid. Do not ask her to carry shame. Do not place it in her hands. Some things belong to the one who broke, not the one who had to stand. The dead do not testify, but their silence is not yours. Do not use the quiet to close another door. They left a name in the hallway, a coat beside the chair, a room that kept its shape, like someone should be there. They left a morning unfinished, a cup beside the sink, a phone that would not answer, a life the world made shrink.
And now the room gets careful. Now the voices all turn low. Now everyone has questions they were too late to know. I will not call it silence just because she cannot speak. I will not make it easy for the living to feel clean.
Do not close the story because the mouth is gone. Some absences are evidence, some quiet still says wrong. The dead do not testify, but their silence is not yours. You do not get to use it to close what was ignored. The dead do not testify, but the room remembers still what the living failed to answer, what the world refused to feel.
They will say there is no witness. They will say the file is thin. They will count the missing pieces like absence means nothing. But absence has a weight, and a name can leave a mark. And the last unanswered message can keep bleeding in the dark. Do not make a grave convenient. Do not turn the lost into air. Do not say there is no story when the ending is still there. I came too late to hear her, but not too late to stand. Some doors stay open longer when silence serves a man.
Do not close the story, because the mouth is gone. Some absences are evident, some quiet still says wrong. The dead do not testify, but their silence is not yours. You do not get to use it to close what was ignored. The dead do not testify, but the room remembers still what the living failed to answer, what the world refused to feel. We will not speak for her, we will not wear her voice, but we will not let the quiet become a useful choice. A missing answer is not permission, a closed mouth is not consent. A grave is not a clean ending. The dead do not testify, but their silence is not yours. You do not get to use it to close what was ignored. The dead do not testify, but the room remembers still what the living failed to answer, what the world refused to feel. The dead do not testify, but their silence is not yours. Do not use the quiet to close another door.
They gave the wound a number and called it closure. Put the pain in a folder and said the room was over. The file was closed, too small for the weight inside the name, too clean for all the damage, too calm for all the flame. They wrote it like a sequence, like paper could decide where the body should stop shaking, where the witness should go quiet. A date, a line, a stamp, a chair, a voice that almost made it but broke inside the air. And somewhere in the hallway someone learned to disappear, because the answer came too little and the door stayed clear.
Do not call it closure if the wound is still awake. Do not call it justice when the silence had to break.
I have seen the truth get smaller just to fit inside a page. I have seen a life translated into procedure and delay.
The file was closed, too small for what was taken, too small for what was left, too small for what kept breaking.
They gave the wound
a number and called it closure, but some doors do not close because a hand signs over.
They said that was not enough, they said the line was thin. They measured what was missing and ignored what lived within. They asked for clean memory, for words that did not shake, for pain to stand correctly before they called it safe. But truth does not arrive in a perfect legal shape, and fear does not get clearer because deaths can make it wait. There were voices in the margins, there were bodies in the proof, there were rooms that keep repeating what the file never knew.
Do not make her smaller to make the answer fit. Do not call the silence empty when the world abandoned it.
I have seen a wound get handled until nobody had to feel. I have seen a door left open and the paperwork called it sealed.
The file was closed, too small for what was taken, too small for what was left, too small for what kept breaking. They gave the wound a number and called it closure, but some doors do not close because a hand signs over. A file is not a life, a stamp is not a witness, A delay is not neutral when someone is still falling. A missing proof is not a clean truth. A closed case is not a healed body. A small answer can become another wound.
I am not asking for thunder, I am not asking for blood. I'm asking why the system learned to whisper when it should. I'm asking why the hallway felt colder than the crime, why the living had to carry what the answer left behind. If justice has a language, then let it speak full size. Not smaller than the damage,
not softer than the lies. The file was closed, too small. Too small for what was taken. Too small for what was left. Too small for what kept breaking. They gave the wound a number and called it closure. But some doors do not close because a hand signs over. They gave the wound a number and called it closure.
but the wound kept its size.
Even when the file was over.
They walked home like nothing stayed behind them, like the door could close and make the room forget. Monsters walked home with their names still clean, with the keys in their pockets, with their hands unseen. They crossed the same streets, they slept through the night, while somebody else learned how to disappear from light. They made the morning ordinary, they let the kettle sing. They wore the face of people who had not broken anything, and every quiet witness, every softened name made the road a little wider for the next one to do the same.
Do not make them stories, do not make them deep. Some harm does not need beauty to explain the wound it leaves.
I am not here to study the shadow in their head. I am here for all the living who were left beside the dead.
Monsters walked home
while the silence held the door. They slept in
beds built on someone else's silence. Monsters walked home
and the world kept moving on, but the wound stayed awake
where the answer should have gone.
They said he seemed so normal, they said no one could have known, but someone heard the breaking through the quiet of a wall. Someone saw the pattern, someone changed the name, someone called it private so they did not have to say. Do not hand me mercy, wrapped in clever reasons. Do not turn the damage into weather or a season. There are acts that do not need a softer room to stand. There are doors that stay open because comfort has no hands.
Do not ask the broken to prove the shape of pain, when the ones who made the damage walked home without a stain.
I do not need a monster to look different in the street. I need the world to stop pretending it cannot hear the feet.
Monsters walked home
while the silence held the door. They slept in
beds built on someone else's silence. Monsters walked home
and the world kept moving on, but the wound stayed awake
where the answer should have gone. Do not polish the crime with explanations. Do not make a myth out of someone who destroyed. Do not ask the wound to become reasonable. The question is not how dark they were inside.
The question is, who kept the door open? No more soft names for what chose to harm. No more clean roads for what kept walking. No more open doors for what should never have passed.
Monsters walked home
while the silence held the door. They slept in
beds built on someone else's silence. Monsters walked home
and the world kept moving on, but the wound stayed awake
where the answer should have gone.
They walked home,
They walked home.
but we are not the road anymore.
They walked home.
But the door does not stay open by itself. Blue light on a shaking hand, straight noise on the broken glass. Someone says don't get involved, and the screen keeps breathing back. I saw the circle getting wider, but nobody stepped in. Just fingers on the volume, just faces in the lens. I heard somebody laughing like distance made it clean, like if it fits inside a frame. It isn't happening to me. I am not saying I was fearless, I am not saying I knew how, but somewhere between the sirens we made silence look aloud.
You saw enough to choose something, not everything. Not your body into fire, but something. A call, a name, a door, a hand, a witness who would stay. Do not become the frame, do not become the crowd. Do not let a human sound turn into something you scroll past.
When our hands became cameras, who was left to reach? When the womb became a video, who remembered it could bleed?
A camera can keep the proof, but it cannot be your answer if there is still a heart there.
Do not leave it in the camera.
Record, replay,
Scroll away.
proof, spectacle, same old frame.
Not the same, not the same. Behind the wall she learned to lower all the sounds that ask for help, and every neighbor learned a sentence: it is private, tell yourself. But private is a door we use when courage costs a room, and comfort as a quiet mouth that lets the damage bloom. Do not call it being careful if you never try to see. Fear can freeze a living body, comfort teaches it to lead. I do not need to be a hero, I do not need to win the street, but I can call, I can remember, I can stand where silence eats.
Do not become the frame, do not become the crowd. Do not let a human sound turn into something you scroll past.
When our hands became cameras, who was left to reach? When the womb became a video, who remembered it could bleed?
A camera can keep the proof, but it cannot be your answer if there is still a heart there.
Bring it back from the camera.
Filming for proof is not the same as feeding the crowd. Fear is not comfort, caution is not abandonment. But if you knew enough to turn the lens, maybe you knew enough to choose a gesture.
It must not pass anymore. Not through the laugh, not through the share, not through the door we leave open and call it nothing.
When our hands became cameras, we forgot they could reach. When the womb became a video, we forgot it still could bleed. A camera can keep the proof, but it cannot be your answer if there is still a heart there.
Bring it back from the camera.
Call, stay, witness, name. Proof is not the whole of care. Call, stay, witness, name. Somebody human should be there. You're not inside, not the room you hide inside, not the wall that learns to listen, then pretends it heard the night. We have been the lowered voices, we have been the careful floor, we have been the names made smaller so the world could close the door. We have been the missing witness, we have been the second look, We have been the hand that trembled and the call that no one took.
But silence is not neutral when it keeps the danger clean, and comfort is not harmless when it tells the wound to leave. I will not call it peace when the quiet keeps it fed.
I will not call it private when the warning reached my head.
There is a moment
when the room must choose.
There is a threshold
under every excuse.
We are not your
Silence anymore, not the closed mouth, not the locked door.
We are not the place
where harm can disappear.
We are not your silence.
We are still here. Do not ask the tired to make the truth less wide. Do not ask the broken to make the living feel alright. Do not ask the witness to forget what crossed the wall. Do not ask the neighbor to rename the sound at all.
We are not the camera that keeps the proof alone. We are not the hallway where the hurt walks home.
We are not the mercy
that lets the damage pass.
We are not the soft excuse
that teaches harm to last. I do not need to own the wound, I do not need to lead the cry, but I can stand inside the truth and stop reducing why. There is a moment
when the room must choose.
There is a threshold
under every excuse.
We are not your silence
anymore, not the closed mouth, not the locked door.
We are not the place
where harm can disappear.
We are not your silence.
We are still here. This is not a crowd looking for a clean enemy. This is not a song to make pain useful. This is the line where quiet stops serving harm.
This is the hand choosing not to be only a witness.
This is the mouth
that will not make the wound smaller. I saw enough to answer, I heard enough to stay. I will not give my absence as another open way.
We are not your silence anymore, not the closed mouth, not the locked door.
We are not the place
where harm can disappear.
We are not your silence.
We are not your silence anymore, not the soft name, not the clean floor.
We are not the room
where the truth gets left behind.
We are not your silence.
We are still alive. We are not your silence, not the room you hide inside.
I saw enough to stay now.
And silence does not get to carry us. No more open doors for what should never have passed. No more soft excuses for a wound that learned to last. We saw the door stay open, we heard the quiet learn. We watched the names get smaller so the room would not have to turn. We saw the file close early, we saw the street move on. We saw the living carry what the answer left undone.
And no one gets to tell us that silence kept the peace, when silence was the hallway where the damage learned to breathe. I saw enough to stay now, I heard enough to name. I will not call it nothing, just to keep the room the same.
There is a line beneath the talking, there is a door beneath the fear. There is a moment when not choosing keeps the danger standing here. No more open doors for what should never have passed. No more quiet roads for what keeps walking back. No more smaller names, no more useful silence. No more room for harm to dress itself as private. This is not a victory, this is not the end of pain. This is not a clean new morning, washing every mark away.
Some wounds keep their weather,
Some bodies keep the proof
some voices never return.
to the rooms they once moved through.
But we can stop the doorway from being offered like a gift. We can stop pretending
That looking is not the choice we live.
I do not need to be the hero, I do not need to own the fight. But I can stand beside the threshold and refuse to call it night.
There is a line beneath the talking, there is a door beneath the fear. There is a moment when not choosing keeps the danger standing here. No more open doors for what should never have passed. No more quiet roads for what keeps walking back. No more smaller names, no more useful silence. No more room for harm to dress itself as private. Compassion is not permission. Mercy is not a door for what chose to harm. Fear can freeze a body, but comfort builds a hallway. A threshold without a heart becomes a machine.
A heart without a threshold,
Lets the wound return.
it must not pass anymore. Not through the laugh, not through the file, not through the neighbor's wall, not through the hand that only records, not through the door we leave open
And call it nothing. No more open doors for what should never have passed. No more quiet roads for what keeps walking back. No more smaller names, no more useful silence. No more room for harm to dress itself as private. No more open doors,
Not because the world is healed
but because the line is named.
and the wound was always real.
No more open doors for what should never have passed.
I saw enough to stay now.